Seniac. So technically right now there is no way for people to get to different kingdoms. Me. So your passenger harbour is just a dummy harbour? Lol. Seniac. Builds Woodville. Me. Needs more cul-de-sacs. I feel like the little island next to Woodville should be Little Woody. He read my comment! Finally! 20 different episodes and series and he finally did it! Let's celebrate. I am officially one of the first 200 people to watch this episode. Guys, welcome back to another episode of the Fool's Kingdom. Here in City Skylines. Did that sound kind of dramatic? I don't know. I tried to kind of have little pauses. But guys, welcome back. If you are enjoying the series, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new around here, then make sure you do subscribe so you are notified when that next episode does come out. But boys, last episode, we brought back a legend. Rest in peace to the original Woodville series because the save game file corrupted. We built Woodville as a brand new industry, the final industry that we didn't have within the Fool's Kingdom right now. And that is the forest industry. Brand new kingdom called Woodville. It is beautiful. Now, I pretty much got the basics of it all set up. I got a small little kind of town set up over here right now. We got the cargo harbour set up too. We got the passenger harbour set up as well. They need some power. Is that because they're not fully connected just yet? And we kind of created the most basic of all industries right now. We got a couple of production building, processing production, well, trees. Got some storage. We got a maintenance building just there, and that's pretty much all we have. It's not even exporting anything just yet. I don't think we're giving it a chance to have that ability at the moment. It's just kind of filling up all the storage areas. But we need to expand it and slowly start to get it to make money. I also need to kind of create some transport links from this kingdom to other kingdoms. And also the ability to transport cargo as well. We got quite the big tasks today, guys. Quite the big tasks. So your boy Snowy says, yo, Seniac, they can't transport from harbour to harbour. Now, this is my question. Even though the shipping lane kind of ends here, which means that passenger harbour can't go to any other lines and kingdoms, do they still kind of get onto that exit here and then appear like on a different route as an ability to get to other kingdoms? Is that how it works? I don't think I'll ever truly understand how these passenger harbours work, guys. I would never truly understand how they work. Never. But anyway, we need to get some expansions all up and running. So, before we expand all of this, I think we need to kind of set up the ability to transport cargo to and from. Now, I got a bunch of options. I could potentially get this connected, and then we're going to see cargo going left, right, and center. But I'm thinking, will that cause me any issues moving forward? I don't think it will, because we technically don't have a road, and we're not going to have a road connected from Woodville. So why don't I, boys, take a look again? I mean, see, this is the whole idea of having these individual shipping lanes. If I get these connected, there's only one way to kind of find out, isn't there? There's only one way to kind of find out. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to connect. So if I get this straight across to here, right, and then if I bring that to there, it's not the perfect connection, but I've now connected all of those lines. I don't know whether that was a good idea to do so or not. It's probably going to... Oh, see, I don't want... You know what? No. It's a bad idea. I should have never have done it. Because that is not... the whole point of having different trade lines, because we have different relationships within the kingdoms and stuff like that. So what we'll do, we'll actually get it connected in a different way. And I think I'll put a cargo airport down. It just makes sense, doesn't it? It makes sense to be able to transport. I mean, because it's not going to have a... It's not a huge kingdom. We're not going to have a huge amount of output going out right now. But I got to figure out, though, where the best place to pull it would be. So here's the terrain levels right now. It's actually a little bit difficult to see because of the amount of trees we've got down. But we've got a nice big flat area here. We have somewhat of a flat area here as well before it kind of starts going uphill on this side. Also, if I put down the cargo airport, what happens for passengers? Am I putting down a passenger airport? Am I not doing airplane? I don't know. I think we should just focus on one thing at a time, or my brain is going to completely implode. So, planes. Cargo airport. Now, I think I'm going to put the cargo airport on this side, because I can also run the train line from down here to the cargo airport, and also have it pass through to the harbour as well, so we can kind of utilise both methods with train lines. But it does mean I've got to set up the road. Now, we currently have a road here. If I brought this all the way down, it actually physically connects right down to there. I don't know whether it's a good idea to place the airport here. I'm going to have to do some terraforming. It's going to get it connected. Unless we reclaim a little bit of land to bulk it out, so I can kind of have an entry point for the airport. I think that might be the better option. It might be the better option. So let me up the brush size here. And yeah, a bit more. Oh, too much. And bulk this out a bit. Like that. So if I just come out to about here. Okay. And then we'll select a random point of here. And then bring it down by 15. And if I just quickly set up my little one-way system. So 10 by 10 by 20 by 10 by 10. So that sets that up there. Are we slightly staggered? I mean, there's slight indentations. It looks kind of weird, doesn't it? But if I now build this then here, then I know how much space I ultimately need. So let me select then all of this here. And we're going to align it to the same height as that junction there. So it kind of slightly brings it up a bit. And then we can sort out the terraining of this man-made artificial island right now, which I'll bring it out to here a bit more. Because we can kind of smoothen it all off. So bring it down. Smoothen the outer side first. So the top is not so harsh. Going to smoothen the top as well so it doesn't look as bad around all this. And you could really tell we've built a man-made artificial island for this. But it's good. It's exactly what we need right now. So that is a square. I'll change it up in just a moment to kind of have the curved edges. But we also want to implement... I mean, do I implement a train line at the minute? I'll say not just yet. Because I don't know how I'm going to figure the rest of it to kind of integrate more stuff in with it. We'll see how it plays out first. But that's the idea that we can kind of roll with. Okay, let me actually do this then first then. So how this is going to work then, it's going to be a 5 by 5. 5 by 5. 5 by 5. 5 by 5. Glorious. So just simple, really, isn't it? It's just really, really simple. So connect down to there. Get the water connected as well. And we'll set up the solar panel car parking spots as a way to kind of incorporate, there we go, the power of it. And then put it into play mode. So we now have the ability to not only export goods out of the region with the cargo harbour just here, but we also now have the ability to ship goods from the underwater cargo airport to the Falls Kingdom, to Oil Town. We have one in Veganville, and that's all we have at the moment. But I've just obviously put it underwater because, you know, I thought it would be a nice design feature. We gotta wait for the flooding to subside, so fast forward, which is going to cause a lot of flooding now for everywhere here, but I'm hoping it will just kind of settle through. Please don't be like this. Don't do your boy like this. But we need to figure out then another additional way to now start getting passengers to the other kingdoms. Now, in the last episode, there was a bunch of comments for people asking for blimps. Are you guys serious? Like, are you serious right now? You want actual blimps? It's a long distance to travel for blimps. Very long distance to travel for blimps right now. I could get them connected over to Oil Town pretty easy. But anywhere else, like if I wanted to get into the False Kingdom, it's a distance and a half. Plus, the airport here right now can only land helicopters. And it just kind of makes more sense to get airplanes there. Oh no! We lost it! We lost the airport, guys. The flood destroyed it. The flood it's quite a heavy flood, isn't it? Yikes. And it's heading slowly for the town. Yikes! This is not good. What have I done? What have I done? I am now sending impeding doom to the town of Woodville. I'm hoping because how the road is slightly sunken by one, it will all filter down here, which it's kind of doing. And slightly avoid this area. But it might destroy some of this. Oh. Okay, we don't talk about this, okay, guys? This never happened. This officially never happened, okay? At least that water's going to go into the water over there. It's going to hit some of this, but this road being so sunken has kind of taken the heat a little bit for this area. So hopefully it disperses pretty quick. It's because when I naturally build the roads, they're naturally sunken by one. Because of the mod that we use. It just does it by default, and I always kind of like don't correct it. So we kind of create our very own canal system. In many ways, which is hilarious. But I'm hoping not too many other things now get deleted. Right, I can put the airport back in, right, guys? Right? There we go. Appreciate it. Appreciate it right now. The water now is all pretty much gone for here. It's now going to flood into the mid... Oh, what have I done? What have I done? It's hilarious to watch the water follow the flow of the road. Oh, here's a monster. Here's a monster right now. Okay, so what I was about to say was... Before I got rudely interrupted by my... This is now Venice. Let's just rename it Venice. I'm going to actually put an airport down. Not a huge one, just a regional airport. And if you guys really want me to do blimps, let me know in the comment section. And let me know where the blimp lines would run. From Woodville? I mean, the easiest one would be to take it straight to Oil Town. Would it go to South Fall? Would it go to Fredonia? Would it go to the False Kingdom? Guys, let me know in the comment section down below what you think would be the best option for us. But in terms of an airport anyway, I do the standard normal airport. And I can build it around here as well, which makes it a lot more handy. Or do I do the big international airport? Because then I can also then integrate the metro line and maybe helicopter lines going back and forth. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. This is too many decisions for your boy. Where is it? It's here. Oh, it's way too big. I say way too big. I could get it like this, but then there's too many slopes. Oh, I could do this international airport, but again, it's the roads. Let's just keep it basic, Zodiac. We don't need such an airport in a place like this. So we're gonna get it here. Is that flooding okay? Is it all gone? Pretty much gone from over here. There's a little bit just there. It's still here. Is it going to hang about here right now? I think so, just because of how the terrain looks. I'm going to have to kind of create like a little bit of a... Can I create like a little bit of an indentation? To filter it all out? Is that enough to take it out? Is that enough to get the water to flow down here? I don't think it is. I don't think this is hilarious. What have I done? What have I done? Oh, and now it's coming back up to over here. Right. Oh, we need power over here, by the way. There we go. So we actually have an airport, an airplane now being created. It's going all the way over to Oil Town, which is interesting. Right, let's get back to business because that water has messed me up completely. Damn. Right, okay, so we'll add a little bit of a connection just off this one here, just as it slowly starts to bend around. And we'll come up by 15 there. Oh, I need to do normal road. See, this is what I mean. It kind of you can kind of really tell that it kind of slightly indents. I have no idea why it does that from the get-go. Right, let me go for this road here. I mean, we already default by like -3. So kind of bring it up there. And we'll do by another 5. And I don't think I mind too much about it being a one-way system because we're not physically going to see too much traffic. By another 10. Oh wait, how have I managed to do that? Oh, don't even ask. Don't even ask right now. Can I get a connection? Does that look too weird? It does, doesn't it? Don't ask, right? I don't know what's going on today. I'll actually take it from here instead. So if I do a 10 by 10 here. No, I don't want to do a bend because I want to go with the curvature of the So if I do 15, and if I do a 5 by 10, no, that's too much. So if I do a 5 by 5, 5 by 5, 5 by... I've created a circle. And can you balance an airport on that? Almost. But obviously, it ain't going to work like that. It never works like that. But you get the gist of how I now technically want it. So, we'll do a 3. Then we'll do a 5 by 5. 5 by 5. So this then becomes a 6. I want 3 on both sides. And that connects there. The airport then gets dropped here. The slope is too steep, but I've anarchied it in just so we can kind of see where the steepness prevails. And then we'll up our brush size. There we go. And then we select the whole airport. I don't want to rise. I'll place it back down. La-di-da-di-da. There we go. Beautiful little passenger airport on the side just there. So, oh, there's quite a few. There's a couple of airplanes right now coming out. And are they all going out of the region or to other cargo? They're all going to other cargo. Apart from this one. That's just landed. But the ones leaving are going to other cargo airports, which is interesting. So let me just quickly smoothen the edges off here. So bring this out on this side. To kind of bulk up the foundation first. So when we go to smoothen this. It's not as harsh. Very nice. And then we'll just quickly sort out the water. And then we'll drop down the thing for the power. So it now allows cargo to come in and exit. And passengers to come in and exit pretty easy between regions. Now granted, passengers can only really go to the Falls Kingdom airport. But that is hooked up to, you know, a bunch of different transport lines. The metro line underneath, which goes straight to Fredonia or other places, to other harbours, to be able to transport everywhere else. So they are technically connected in many ways. It's just you might have to jump on, you know, another line or two to kind of get to where you want to get to. But that works wonders. Planes are now taking off left, right, and centre, which is good to see. Is there a lot of vehicles now making their way down? There's a fair few vehicles, so I suspect that we're now making money. So we're starting to make a bit of profit. But as always, we're only really exporting the raw resources. Because we're not creating any paper, we're not creating any planed timber. So that's where we now start to look at what would be the best method for us to now slowly start making money. So what I could do is I could utilize this connection just there, which actually, know what? No. Because you'll make it really, really busy. If I create... Right, if I do it based off here. Right, if I run this all the way up. Right, and then to delete it there. And then to run this to about there. Run this to about there. That's pretty much even. And then every so often I can do like a little, if I do it just here, a 10 and a 10, a 10 and a 10. And if I do one here by 10 as well, it allows us then to kind of create these indentations, and it all bulks off this road to allow us then to kind of create some production buildings to a certain extent in this area. So if I place down the sawmill, well, we want to go for the biggest ones that we've got. So the pulp mill there creates the paper. The engineered wood plant creates the planed timber. And how big is the biggest ones? So this is the biggest one then. So if I placed you there. Oh, it's outside of the region here. There we go. And I placed you there. So you've got two of those bad boys right now. If I do another one there, another one there. Then the pulp mills, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have, they're quite large. They're small, but obviously you want big ones. So we'll leave those just for now. So we need the water shooting all the way down. We need the power coming in hot and heavy to connect. So it allows us then to have the inlet road to kind of serve all these buildings away from any of the other roads. We've got a roundabout nearby so you can literally drive down and get connected. I could do a road connecting there at some point. It just depends on how busy the traffic gets. But now we have the ability to create some processed goods. And I could actually kind of bridge that over. So they haven't got to drive out here, up that way, do a big zigzag. So let's see what I can do here then. So we'll stick to this road here. If I come out by 10 and go up by 8. There we go. That little bypassing road over. So goods from the storage building over there gets over here so quick. So quick right now. Makes it easy for everybody. So we're going to have a lot of goods then shooting out. But I can reduce the traffic by quite a lot by also incorporating train lines. That will also aid us to reduce the amount of vehicles heading into here. So first things first then, we got to think about where all these vehicles are going to be coming from. So we know they're going to be coming from here, but it's quite considerably close to maybe do a train line this way. So we got to think about stuff like maybe if I extended, for example, this road over here up to there, drop in a train line cargo, say further up the road to here, and then trying to run the train line. So if I picked here, and obviously I wanted to go straight across, but if I bring it up to 8 at this point, or do I go back a bit further? 8 there to here. Space already occupied. Come on, boys. Get real with me now. And then bring it. So if I bring it down to 4 in such a long distance, and then get the curvature going on. So what was that there? That was a 14. There we go. And if I just do like a straight line here, and it should have a node in the middle, which it does. Oh, hang on, wrong one. So if I bend that slightly out, that slightly in, so it looks kind of normal. It drops down quite considerably, but going downhill is going to make the train super speedy. Speedy deliveries, boys. Speedy deliveries. Right, let's get this connected over here via power. That's got the goods. So everything in this region, or over here pushing backwards, can drive to there to drop off the goods to then travel down this way. Now it doesn't mean that is going to be the be-all end-all, because there's other ways in which we could utilize and get the train line in. So it's only really picking up the raw resources over this side straight down to here, because they need to go from here to over here to over there to over there. That's the kind of the stages that they need to kind of do that stuff within. Now, what I could also do is kind of bulk that out, drop something there, bring a train line round to this side. But as of right now, it's not the end of the world. We have minimalized traffic at the moment, but this is something that we'll keep our eye on. So this will be our starting point. And from this, we'll see how the industry grows, and then we'll react to how things change. It could be an idea to kind of slightly move this stuff around, reposition some of it all, but it's not too bad right now. It's just that we got quite a bit of bulky traffic here, but that's because it was so full with goods, and now all of a sudden buildings are requesting those goods. They're gonna go straight crazy. So it ain't too bad just yet. We'll leave it as it is. So that airport right now, it's just landing. Okay. Any airplanes from over here going any places? That's taxiing. So how many people use this? Nobody. Was anybody on board that? Yeah, there's a few people on board that. Oh my goodness me, there was quite a lot of people on board of that plane right there. Yes, boys. So they're utilizing the airport right now, which is really good. They're still transporting the goods. Everything is looking great. So this train cargo terminal here won't get utilized more until we kind of build around this a bit more, but I got it in place perfectly, ready to go. And then eventually we'll have it all connected down to the harbour as well. Just keeping an eye on all these goods. So are we making money? We are now officially making money, which is good to see. How is this area over here doing? We need to get this all up and running as well. So I think we'll fill up this with a residential, which will then bring these two into play, which will then slowly start to see some benefits to the area, as we then technically have then what's considered as a hospital in the region, which will boost everything up. I'm just waiting for that issue. You know, you're expecting an issue, but we're not seeing it just yet. That's a pretty it ain't going to be utilized that at the minute, is it? But it eventually will be. I mean, if I had this, like, another stop around here. That dropped off the goods. That might be a big help. Well, let me try something. Let me kind of delete here. And if I... we'll do it this side here. And if I went straight to there... Ignore how all over the place it is right now. But if I then went... up by 8 there. And just connect it over like that. Just so you have this little bit of an overpass. Alright, give it the water. It's not the best location, but I want to try something. I just want to try something at the moment. If I bend that way, bend that way, so it's a bit more suitable. Bend that like that as well. It allows us then to... This station becomes closer to exporting the goods, reducing the vehicles driving down here, keeping that pretty much free. It also then enables these guys over here to maybe drop the raw resources on there, travel it down to here to take it to there, and vice versa. Interesting. Very interesting right now. The only thing I'm thinking of is maybe these guys here will think that driving down here, down to there, is quicker to export the goods this way. So that's when I can then think about, you know what? Yeah, let's get a connection just here, which will probably overload that junction. But let's stop all these guys coming down this way and overloading that. So that will be interesting as well to see how that kind of plays out. I'll leave it for now. I don't want to throw too much into it and overcomplicate things because it will get a little bit crazy. But we now have a beautiful hospital down over here. So one other thing I want to get set up as well is a park area. Right. So not many people using that. Got a fair few people using this. Park area will provide the leisure facilities. So we'll do like a beautiful little city park. So city park. And we'll drop the entrance just there. We'll do a side gate. Oh, no, I gotta do the park zoning. There we go. So the side gate just here, just here, just there, there, there. Sweet. So if I ran this to there, run that out, straight line. What if I delete that? Straight line. Come on, boy. Come on. Bam! There we go. And then if I run that to there, straight down. So we've got these staggered bits and pieces. Do a 5 by 5. So everything is intertwined and connected to a certain degree. And then we then start to throw in our little bits and bobs to bulk up the park area. There we go. Make it nice and desirable, as they say. A little bit of a trampoline park just there. Get some more of these little gazebos down. Voila! So, don't need water. Power's all connected. Charge top dollar. And you can already hear the ding ding ding-a-lings right now as all the buildings around upgrade as they now have this huge leisure facility right on their doorstep. Amazing. Amazing right now. So how are things looking? Are we finally having vehicles use this? No, it's just a garbage truck. Planes are exiting. Coming from all different areas, locations and places. Nice. So I think adding that in there has really broken this down to the point where everybody over here is now using this. Like kind of basically minimalizing how many vehicles are traveling down that road, which has solved the traffic. Not like we had any anyway. But it's looking good. I think we've done some good progress right now. I think we now have officially done some good progress. Woodville has 2,200 people living here. It could definitely do with a bulk in more people moving in. So I might drop down a little bit of high density in some of these areas. to really bulk up some of the people in this region. More desirability for high density stuff. And what's the commercial like? Is there enough commercial, you reckon? Should we do some high density commercial? I don't know whether that would be a good idea or not. Maybe if I dropped it just here as people exit the airport. Might be a good shout. But yeah, that will bring a bunch of people moving in. Quite a few. So hopefully it increases the desirability for this area. Nice. So how are we doing then? Looks like a lot of traffic over here right now. It's just the generic people entering the area, isn't it? That's where all the traffic is coming from. But it's all flowing. There's no hold-ups. So, I mean, that's the bonus I can really take from that. There isn't any hold-ups right now. Is there any hold-ups anywhere? How is the transport island right now? That's flowing wonderfully. How are all the Karens these days? Are they okay? I mean, yeah, there's not really much traffic going on. Ore Town, which I've neglected ever since I built it. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Oil Town is the one. Where's Oil Town? How is the cargo thingy over here? Good. Pretty good. I think everywhere's looking pretty good right now. It really is. Fish Town. How are you holding up? My guy. I'm about to say my dude then. Pretty good. And how is North Fall since they released that rocket? They're halfway for producing another one. But everybody says that the taxes are way too high. But it is what it is. Get a better job. Get a better job. And stop polluting. But yeah, there's a bunch of planes now heading out. Making good money. So the industry is really ramping up right now. We are now nearly 2,700 people living here. So we've really increased the amount of people living here right now. There's high density. And it's only going to keep increasing. We just got to give them more reason to move into Woodville. The industry is one of them. That's obviously creating a bunch of jobs and stuff. There's a beautiful train. 100% full now heading to the airport. It's looking good. Too good, if you ask me. Too good. But on that note, guys, we are going to end it for here. Hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.